Hi there, it is Dr. Hallie Armstrong, naturopathic doctor from Two Naturopathic Moms, here to show you 4 easy ways to decrease stress naturally. So, thanks so much for joining me today. And I am really excited to be here because in Michigan, currently, where I am located in the United States, it is becoming changing seasons right now. And so it's becoming winter. And I love this time of year because it's more of a yin time. It's more of a cozy time. We like to do things like, make chicken soup and really snuggle in. And it's a quiet time for all of us. And it's a transition time. And it's a time, according to Chinese medicine, it's a liver time. And so, what that means is that liver is the organ of anger that is associated with anger. And it's a time of transition that we can transition and let go of our anger and transition into the next season. So, this is an exciting time for me here in Michigan. So, let's talk some tools. Let's get down to the nitty gritty and talk about what are we going to do to help to support us. Okay. So, first of all, I'll do a quick introduction. I am Dr. Hallie. This is my partner in crime, my colleague, Dr. Tanya O'Brien. She is from Canada. I am from the United States. We are best friends and moms. We met in naturopathic college back before in the early 2000s, and we instantly created a bond that has been everlasting. We see patients one on one in our clinics, and we also are educators. We love to educate our patients. We love to educate, colleagues. And I spent my first 15 years of my career educating naturopathic doctors and medical doctors, and I was the head of a residency program in a conservative healthcare system in Detroit, here in Metro Detroit. I ran the residency clinic for the functional medicine for the family medicine residents. So I love to educate, I love to spread the word. Tanya has a background in nutrition, and we are really excited that you are here. So welcome. So, medical disclaimer. I am just going to read it. If you want to fast forward or make it, skip this part, that is at your own risk, but we have to say it just for your safety. This workshop is for informational and educational purposes only and is not to be perceived as or relied upon in any way as medical advice for any individual. The workshop is not intended as you must not be understood or construed as medical care or advice in the practice of medicine, the practice of counseling care, including without limitation, psychiatry, psychology, psychotherapy, and the practice of dietetics or nutrition, or as providing any form of medical diagnosis treatment. Furthermore, the workshop is not intended to and does not diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or medical condition. All right, thank you for listening to that part. So, let's talk a little bit about principles. Naturopathic medicine has some principles that we abide by. One of them is nature heals. Nature we believe as naturopathic doctors that your body has an innate ability to heal, and as long as it's given the correct tools, then it can go ahead and do its thing. So we want to make sure that we are supportive as much as possible, and we support what is the most natural and closest to the earth. And then, if that isn't enough to treat whatever is going on, we definitely go to pharmaceuticals if necessary, but we try to avoid them at all costs. So, let's get into it. Today, this is kind of our outline. We're going to be here, I'm hoping, a little bit less than 20 minutes, but no promises because we haven't done this before. So, today we're going to talk about the nervous system. We're going to give kind of like an overview. We're going to talk about calming the mind. I think that's such an interesting concept. It's making it kind of, I'm not sure how to describe it, but I feel like everyone says it. It's kind of a trend, but how do you do it? Like, give me the tea, right? We're going to talk about managing your schedule, deep breathing, and meditation. And then we're going to talk herbs. We're going to say, what can we do to really, if none of these, hocus pocus, or just kidding, the calming of the mind, the breathing, the kind of cliche things aren't kicking in, Are there anything supplements that you can take, right? Natural herbs or anything that we can take there. So we're going to get into that. So let's start out with the nervous system. The nervous system. I love the nervous system. It consists of the brain and the spinal cord and all the nerves that go into your body. And you have two sides of the system. You've got the sympathetic and the parasympathetic. And the sympathetic side of the nervous system is your rest and your fight or flight side. And so that is that side of the nervous system that, we all know it when we are waiting for something, and something chases us and we quick go run. We either fight, flight, or freeze. And it was very helpful back in the day, right, when things like saber-toothed tigers were chasing us. We went into that sympathetic side of the nervous system, ran away, and the tiger wouldn't chase us. The other side is the rest and digest, or the parasympathetic side of the nervous system. This is more of the yin side of the nervous system, the kind of quiet, the more sometimes referred to as more feminine side, slower. So this is where healing occurs. So in an ideal situation, we are spending most of our time in the parasympathetic side of the nervous system, and then just a snippet of going into the sympathetic side of the nervous system. The problem right now that we're facing in our society is our body doesn't know the difference between a quick, fast stressor and a really serious stressor. So we're talking like the difference, your body responds the same way it does to a traffic jam or paying bills or a stressor like that than it does as an actual saber-toothed tiger chasing you. So we want to make sure that we are having a nice healthy balance of the parasympathetic and the sympathetic side of the nervous system so you don't have that wired and tired feeling. So, how do we describe this? This is something about the HPA axis dysfunction. Sometimes people call it adrenal fatigue. Sometimes people call it cortisol dysregulation. It's just like, it's whatever you want to call it, right? So, but what this is it is an imbalance of your nervous system. So the HPA stands for the hypothalamus pituitary axis or adrenal axis, excuse me. So the H is the hypothalamus and the P is the pituitary. Those are two glands and areas of your brain. And then the adrenal glands are two glands on top of your kidneys. So basically what's happening in this HPA axis is your brain is telling your adrenals to respond to stress, whether it's good stress or bad stress. That is, that's to our minds to determine. So it's basically how resilient we are, what makes it important, and how we can respond to stress, not necessarily the actual stressor event itself. So one thing that we talk about a lot in our offices is managing your schedule. This is huge because there have been studies done that show that people who are very efficient with their time find themselves being more productive. Now, one thing that's incredibly important is to schedule rest time. Schedule a time for you to kind of calm down and reset your nervous system so you're not feeling rushed all the time. We all know that feeling after a sports season or after a change of season of some type, that kind of whew. And I always describe it as it's a vacation, right? It's wonderful to go away, but it's sometimes even better to come home, right? We all know that feeling, getting back into a routine. So whatever that means, the routine can be yearly, can be monthly, it can even be nightly, but just get into one and try to stick to it. Our bodies do better on routines. Take something off your plate. This is so important. We talk about this in our program that helps women to reclaim their energy, and our signature program. We talk about it all the time, our weight loss program, our detox program. What are you letting go of? Why do you have too much on your plate? Why are you feeling strung out and that you have to collapse on the couch every night you come home? It's not worth it, right? So Find a time. Start with 5 minutes a day. Take a breather in the shower, on the toilet. However, every red light, take 3 deep breaths. Whatever it does, do less and allow time for your brain to explore and reset itself. Right? Okay, that's one. That's one big thing. Schedule your time. It will help with the stressors of the holiday season or the change of season or whatever you are getting ready for at this moment. Right? Changing your perspective. Huh. Interesting. Okay, what does that mean? What are we talking about? A couple questions that we usually ask patients is what would you tell your son or daughter in this situation? Or how would you want them to act? And another one is what would you tell yourself if you were going through this situation? So ask yourself these two questions and see if you are aligning with your values currently or if you need to make some adjustments. Okay, clear your mind. Let go of your worries and focus on a positive mindset. Oh, okay, easier said than done, right? No, I'm not kidding. Put a book or a piece of paper or your phone or whatever you want to do right by your bedside. And before you go to bed, write 3 things you're grateful for and 3 worries and just allow it. And then put them to bed. Put your thoughts to bed when you go to bed. So just calm down and clear your mind and switch it to a positive mindset. I know it's easier said than done, but give it a try. I think you'll like it. You are what you think. Okay, tell me more. So, there's a method that has been validated by the United States government, and it's called RAIN. It's the RAIN method. It's used by soldiers all over the country, and stands for recognize, accept, investigate, non-identify, and create a worry journal. That's the other one that we just talked about, right? So rain, recognize that you are uncomfortable, right? Don't just and that goes back to schedule rest time, schedule slow time. Now, so recognize and identify it, accept it. Yep, that's what's happening. That's my reality. Nothing lasts forever. You're not stuck here forever. Investigate, really figure out, like, is this just a quick time that we can plow through, or is there changes that need to be made? And then stick to it. And then non-identify. What this means is what this is referring to is that, no, there's an old saying or a four that four it's in the book, The Four Agreements, and it is don't take anything personally. And what it's meant by that is that it's not always about you. Right. And I'm an only child. So that's a hard concept for me to digest. But it's true. A lot of things have nothing to do with you, and we are us, and take things so personally. So try to unidentify with what's going on and write down your worries in a journal so they don't have to live into your head. Okay? Now, calming the mind. We're going to talk about a couple ways to kind of calm the mind down in different strategies. So, step 1, step 2, step 3. We're going to do deep breathing, non negotiable 3 deep breaths every day when you wake up, when you go to bed, and when you eat lunch. You have to do those, non negotiable. Make time to meditate. Use an app. The Insight Timer app is a great free app. YouTube, ask Apple Music, any of your smart speakers. Ask it for a 5-minute meditation. Just take the time. Start with 30 seconds if you want, or go for 2 hours a day if you're a seasoned meditator. Really just allow your brain to rest. And yoga is another great tool because it combines the mind, body, and spirit, and I like that it shows the physical aspect too. So that's another option. You can do free yoga. We like Adriene, Yoga with Adriene. We have a special yoga therapist, Molly, on staff here if you want. Just reach out. Yoga is important. Use it. Okay, deep breathing. We talked about it. Make it non negotiable. Do 3 sets per day and count 4, 7, 8. You breathe for 4, you hold it for 7, and you breathe out for 8. 4, 7, 8 breaths have been around forever, of course, and they work beautifully. Okay, you cannot be anxious or overwhelmed when the body and mind are calm. So that is the big thing about the worry journal and making sure that all of this is in perspective, and just taking a moment to just kind of observing your thoughts is huge. Okay, meditation. We talked about it. We talked about the making presentations. Consider presenting to your mind that it has the possibility and the opportunity to be clear. So just trying to think about how you would present to your mind, body, and soul. And then going back to yoga, there's so many different types of yoga that are out there that are very easily accessible. But yin yoga is a really nice form of yoga that's more of like kind of a nap while you're moving. So if you can find any kind of like yin yoga classes in your community, I would highly suggest them. They're incredibly relaxing. So don't forget to enjoy your practice. So this is not a chore, this is an opportunity. So, really, again, going back to that, changing your perspective can make a huge difference. So, I want to wrap up with some. I always get the question, like, what do you take? There's so much on the market. What works? What doesn't? It's so overwhelming to so many of my patients. So, we're going to get to the nitty gritty. You want calming herbs. They're called adaptogens because they help you to adapt. There's a whole bunch of quality control issues with these things. You can get them in the raw, you can get them in supplement form, you can get them in tincture, liquid tea. There's a whole bunch of different options. Use your good judgment, right? Reach out to one of us if you have questions. Reach out to your providers, your own providers. Do your research. It's very unregulated. It's like the wild, wild west. So be careful. These are the ones we like, we endorse. Herbs are nature's gift for healing, right? So let's bring back keeping your herbs in your medicine cabinet along with your Tylenol, your ibuprofen, your antibiotics, and do a combination, have the best of both worlds. So these are a couple different products that we love. It's ST Rest or ST Rest from St. Francis Herbs is available in Canada. It's an amazing formula that really just helps that wired and tired feeling. It helps if you're not having trouble sleeping, if you're exhausted in the morning. Just take it and it helps your body to adapt. The Adrenatone is a great product by Designs for Health. You can buy that on our dispensary, on our website. Reach out to us and we can show you how to order it. We don't care where you order your supplements from. However, don't order it from Amazon. Get it from an actual brick and mortar place or just use our link. It's easier and we do the work for you. Okay, and then the adrenal complex from Designs for Health. That's awesome too. That's a great one. So use those three things. Order them from us, Designs for Health, or Full Script, Rest from St. Francis Herbs, Adrenatone by Designs for Health, and Adrenal Complex by Designs for Health. And make sure you talk to a regulated healthcare professional. Don't be stupid. Thank you so much for attending the workshop. We hope you had a great time. You learned a lot, and please reach out with any questions and have a great change of season. All right, make sure that you reach out. Like we said, here's a picture of Hallie and Tanya. Hallie's on the right with the brown hair. Tanya has the blonde hair, the Canadian, the kind one. We have a community, a monthly membership you can join if you want. We have live calls. We have a ton of fun here. So poke around to naturopathicmoms.com and see what you can see. And we have a YouTube channel, Facebook, Instagram. We have courses. We have free handouts. We have a ton of resources on the internet. So please explore our website and take advantage of all of our free content. Reach out if you have any questions. And I am out. All right. Check you on the flip side, homie. Bye, everyone. Thanks for joining us.